So yeah, today is fancy day. I have already flown the various types of Origin 300s, I've flown the 600s, I've even flown an 890 jump, but we are going to be renting all of them because they are fun. I'm probably only going to rent the 350R, 325A, and then the other 300s we will just look at while we are here. Expo Hall Day 8. This is exciting. You guys are gonna freak when you see an 890 jump, if you haven't seen one before. Because they didn't do a very good job of showing how big it is on that video. But like, oh my gosh. Okay. M50. I like me an M50. So that taking up the whole entire space back there is the 890 jump. Got the 890 plastered on the side. So 890 jump. That'll be fun. Okay, so M50 Interceptor is it's a racing ship. The 85X, I think that this is a really interesting ship. But all that it is it's just a two-seater, very minimal guns, not super fast or anything like that. But the idea is that it's the snub ship for the 890 jump, so you park one of these in the hangar, and then you have, or you can even park two of them in the hangar, it's big enough for that. But you can take this ship up and down to planets, or back and forth to space stations and stuff that don't allow docking. And then it's fancy stuff. Yeah, we're not going to take one out today. But sometimes this is a ship, it's cheap enough that I'll just buy it just to joyride it with the in-game money. So that's kind of cool. Alright. So as we get down here, we've got the various 300s over here. And where's the other ones? Oh, they're in the back there. Alright, so this is the 300i, the standard 300. Here we go. We can get into this ship. So, start off with first things first. Oh, that was already open apparently. Alright, so yeah, we got the toilet situation. There is no shower in this ship, but there is a toilet. We'll just close that back up. You got the seat with your wood accent dashboard. You know, because wood is luxury, especially on a spaceship. You've got the bed, which when you buy one of these in the ship store, you can customize them to have different colored bed sheets and stuff. You can also have various little knickknacks on the counter here. So you got your fridge with your water in it, coffee cup. You can also get a coffee maker. Got your sink and your little bar back here. You've got space for probably one change of clothes, and then you've got some gun storage. Because the verse is dangerous. So this is just a standard little ship. It's kind of a do anything. It's not really great at anything. It has a cargo hold underneath. That's what I was trying to think of. But it's just the standard size one. Other ones have an extended cargo bay. Actually, I think this one might have the back cargo bay too. Yeah, it looks like it's got the back cargo bay, but I don't remember where you open it from. And it's going to be extra hard because of the whole rent the ship thing. Oop, fell off the back. Could have sat in the seat and pushed the open exteriors button, I guess. But that, yeah, then you have other ships like this one. This one has a single cargo bay, I'm pretty sure. 315P. So instead of a nose cannon on it, it gets one less gun. So instead of the nose cannon, it gets a sensor package. Because this is an exploration ship. The idea is that you could either have the sensor package or or another type of utility item there, like a mind is not working right now. Tractor beam, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, either a sensor package or a tractor beam, depending upon what you're doing. So yeah, it's got a slightly different interior by standard. The seat can be customized, the dashboard can be customized, even the flight stick and the actual seat itself. Like, you can change either just the materials on the seat or the, like, if it's a standard seat or a racing seat. But yeah, otherwise, same ship on the inside. I came in here mainly because I want to sit on this chair and open the exterior. Because I think this one might have an extended cargo hold as well. Open exterior. There we go. There we go. Yep, so this one's got the extended cargo hold for sure. I think the 300 does as well. Because the other ones, they have a shorter cargo bay because of reasons. But this one doesn't have a reason. So you can put extra cargo in the back here too. Now unfortunately the cargo elevators don't work properly, so you can't put mission boxes in them. Instead you just keep the mission box in your hand when you walk up inside. And then you just place it inside the ship like you do with other ships. So the last one we'll look at is the 890. Because it's such a massive ship. So yeah, when we get close to the landing gear, you kind of get the idea of just how big this thing is. But yeah, and then we got the two different types of 600s. So this one's the 600i, and I'm less interested in flying this one. This is the exploration variant. Call elevator. So on these 300s, you have this is the primary getting in and out elevator. You also have the cargo elevator. So we'll start on the lower deck and work our way up. The lower deck is mostly crew area. So yeah, this is basically Origin just telling everyone we're better than you. They have a slab of rock just because. Because, you know, who cares about fuel efficiency? We're going up into space. So yeah, you got the master bedroom here, captain's bedroom. Although maybe you let a VIP stay here instead of the captain. Who knows? Yeah. Eventually, mirrors like this are going to actually show like your reflection and stuff because they're going to use the render to texture tech. So basically, they put how it works is they put a camera in the mirror and have it point out, right? And then so it'll show in the mirror what that fake camera is showing. So it won't be quite like if you see a mirror at an angle, it won't look quite right, but it'll look a lot better than most things without having to go into ray tracing. Which, who knows, maybe they will put ray tracing in this game eventually. Sorry for hitting your microphone. So yeah. The reason I keep looking at these things is because this is where cargo goes. So when you store cargo in the ship, it doesn't just all stay on the cargo elevator. They actually go and put it away into its spots. So cargo goes here. I don't think cargo goes there. I think that's something else. But yeah, cargo goes there. And there's also a cargo thing on the other side. Yeah. And then on the cargo ramp, you can put a rover. That's the idea for it. Okay, so this is the crew area. So even the crew gets to live in relative luxury. It's just that they also have a shared living space. Which part of CIG's philosophy is that, especially among richer people, they don't really care so much about sharing space in the future. Like, people are a lot more voyeuristic in the future. And we'll see that a lot more when we get into the 890 jump. Because there's like stuff that we would have a lot more separated. They have it just all together in the 890 jump. And they actually did that on purpose. It wasn't an oversight. So now we'll start in the back. Take this elevator up to the top. Now we'll start in the back of the ship. So this is the main deck of the ship. Then we got these little engineering areas. Oh, come on. Now I'm halfway sure that that door was supposed to open. But anyways, I know this is where a component goes. Components. And I thought that was a door, but whatever. Maybe I'm wrong. So here's the bar. Fully stocked. You can entertain people here. You got a little viewing area out there. Glass roof. All that. Lots of visibility up into space. The only thing that kind of ruins the view is you've got one of the remote turrets is up here. And so, you know, if you're in this ship, you could watch the turret fighting against other ships. And see the shields lighting up and stuff, but like, this ship is fairly defensible, so you wouldn't really have to worry too much about getting killed, unless you were getting like really, really, really assaulted by something. Oh, darn. I did forget to do something, but of course I did because I was already live. We're gonna switch this to day 8. Day 8. Day 8. So, yeah, more components and stuff. Oh, actually, do you open yet? Yes, you do. Okay, so this is what I was getting confused about. I knew that there was more engineering areas. So, here we go. This one has the components removed, which I guess kind of makes sense for the Expo and stuff, but yeah, you can... Maybe when we rent it, we'll be able to see more stuff. So, my rentals from yesterday are expiring soon. Oh well. So yeah, you got a little TV watching area, pool table, with garden and stuff. Because they're using glass, like glass you can't walk through, but then this is a doorway. It kind of seems like they could put like a line or something across there to like more better denote that is a, you know. Even though these look like more storage areas, they don't actually fill up with cargo. But potentially in the future, this is where you put rations and stuff. But yeah. They've got many spots in the ship where there's a diagonal line, and on one side there's glass, on the other side there isn't. And sometimes it's hard to see which is which. So anyways, here's the little eating area, kitchen, including fresh food because, you know, fancy ship. Now we work our way back up to the front. Very, very cool ship, in my opinion. Very, very cool. Alright. So here's our scanning stations, because this is an exploration ship. So you got these two scanning stations here, and then you've got a globe, and you can look down and see, you know, if this was fully loaded for exploration, then you would be able to see your rover down there and stuff. These hollow globe things are actually going to be like proper, like showing you scanning data in the future. So this is just the upstairs of that entry elevator, so that's how we'll be getting out. And then this is the bridge of the 600. You've got the pilot in the middle, and then you've got your two co-pilots, which right now those two co-pilots, their job is to operate the remote turrets. But in the future they will have proper co-pilot type jobs. So yeah, there's also a remote turret on the bottom of the ship. So it's got two remote turrets. The captain also has some pretty decent firepower for himself. Or herself, you know. Female captains exist. Actually, there's lots of female players that play Star Citizen. Or if they don't play, they backed and they're going to play, which is really, really cool. Because from just being in other communities and stuff, you get the sort of impression that space games are like mainly men are interested in them. So it's cool that that's not the case. So this one here, this is the racing one. So we'll rent that one. Actually, no, come on. Alright. So yeah. This 300, it has a different interior than the other two that we looked at. So yeah, this is the racing style chair. There's also a racing style like yoke, but the chair's in the way. So this one has a different interior. They take out all the unnecessary stuff, and also you have is a bed and a toilet. and they use up all the extra space for putting more like power generation and stuff like that for racing. Now, all of them have this little sunroof, moonroof thing, but this is really cool that they put the bed in the middle, so you can actually, like, when you wake up, your view is outside. Which, we'll just do that real quick, because it is really cool. I mean, you log into the game, and that's your view. And if you weren't wearing heavy armor like I am, you would get to see more, obviously. And so yeah, imagine that you're out looking at stars when you first log in. Lots of people have the idea of using this as an exploration ship because of how they want to play exploration gameplay. So yeah, this one only has the front section of the cargo bay. The back section is used for more power generation for racing. Yeah. And then this is the combat variant, 325A. So this one's actually really interesting because it only has the back section of cargo, so it has a lower cargo capacity than all the other ones. And that's because they're using this area for missiles, actually. So when you're flying along, this thing will pop down, and it has like missile launchers. So where all the other ones, they only have the 4 rockets, 2 on each side. This one has a lot of extra ones because they're in here. But I don't know if they actually work yet or not. But I know that's the idea. So yeah. This has the same interior as the other 300s, so we're not really going to go look at it on the inside right now. And then, oh, I figured out where I have to stand to be able to rent this. So I'm going to do a cargo run in this during this stream because that's going to be hilarious. But yeah. So this one over here is the 600i Touring. I think that's what it's called anyways. We'll find out when we get a little bit closer. Yep, 600i Touring. That's exactly what it's called. Yeah, so this is a ship that I might actually buy in the game at some point. I would never spend real money on it because all the 600s or not the 600s, the Origin ships, since they are luxury, they do cost more for what you get. The idea is that they're supposed to be a little bit higher quality so the components don't degrade as quickly and blah 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 blah, but I don't really care. Alright, so we'll start on the lower deck again, but this is going to be a completely different experience than what we had on the other ship. So it's the same master bedroom on the front. So we'll just start there to show you. Yep, same master bedroom. Same bathroom and everything. Oops. And this is where it's very different. So this is a seating area with a little bit of a view out into space, so you can walk in over space. You've got extra plants on the ship to, because keeping plants alive in space, like, congratulations, you're rich, right? And then, yeah, a seating area for people to sit around and chat. When we go upstairs, we are going to use those stairs there. But just want to show again, the crew cabins are exactly the same. Still got the crew escape pods, still got the crew bathrooms. Work our way back. up the stairs we go. And this should be the back of the ship, unless I'm turned around. Yep. So the back of the ship is the same. The part that's different is the central area. So yeah. See the kitchen back there. Man. Same back of the ship. The central part is what's different. You got the sitting area and the fancy staircase and stuff. This is the gameplay for the ship. You have... Am I going to be able to turn this on? Nope, that was that. Okay, here we go. So yeah, you got your TV with your bed. Looks like a double wide bed, so potentially you could have 2 people, like a resident, like a couple for your passengers. There we go. You've got a whole shower, like waterfall style shower, so fancy toilet and your sink, clothes rack, all that sort of stuff. And you've got 4 of these cabins, and they're all exactly the same. And then you go out to the front here, same cockpit. Okay. Now, the reason I want to get one of these is because I think that flying passengers around is really fun, right? So exit the ship. Alright. So yeah. With passengers, they're like cargo that has needs, right? So, especially when they're NPC. So you'd be able to transport people around, and they would have different needs from you. Like, you know, maybe they require certain types of cargo to be on board because they want to eat, and they want to be able to drink, and they want to, you know, maybe they want to stop at a certain planet to be able to buy a souvenir or something. Like, there's all sorts of different things that there could be. And the only game that I've played that has that sort of gameplay in it, and it really interested me, was Elite Dangerous. You could choose to... Okay, why isn't that coming? Oh, there it is. Yeah, you could choose to transport regular cargo, or you could take missions to transport people. And in Elite Dangerous, they had everything from refugees who didn't really care what their accommodations were, they just need to get out of a place, to like people flying, you know, like regular commercial, they don't really care as much either, all the way up to people who are doing like really fancy vacations and stuff, and they really care. So yeah, here's the airlock. These airlocks would connect to space stations and stuff like that. This is one of the ways that people get on the ship. The other way that people would get on the ship is through that elevator that I just used. Standard Star Citizen airlock type stuff. You've got armor storage. Potentially there would also be weapon storage in there too, although there are weapon storage areas in other parts of the ship, just in case the ship gets boarded. And yeah, we've got the airlocks on both sides. So then we continue into the main area. Really, really fancy. Which actually, I think before we leave the expo, actually after we leave the expo, while I'm traveling, I'm gonna throw on the 890 jump commercial because it is just like, that's why I want to do passenger transport, is what's in that video. The types of fun you'd be able to have. So yeah, this is one of the guest suites. So you got your shower, really freaking huge shower. You know, the rest of the bathroom. Got your sitting area, bed, fancy art sculptures, because fancy. Also, fish tanks that eventually we will be able to capture fish or buy fish and put them into fish tanks, which there's fish tanks on a couple ships already. There's going to be fish tanks you can put in your hangars. So there's 1, 2, and I think it's 3, 4 for guest suites. Unless there's also guest suites up here that I don't remember. Oh no, these are the escape pods. So these are the escape pod, like, life raft things. So, yeah. Lots of people get into these. That's more like what the passengers would be taking, right? And then there's personal crew escape pods on the crew decks as well, because this is where the passengers go. So yeah. The sauna and swimming pool are back that way, which I will show in a bit. But, yep. This leads off to the dining area and the really fancy bar. So that's cool too. Also, the passenger bathrooms are on that floor. As well as, I think, the other guest suites. Yeah, guest suite and guest suite. So yeah, 4 guest suites. There's the master suite and back, which is where I'm going right now. There's lots of little sitting areas. Lots of cool observation decks and stuff. Wow, this ship comes really close to the top of the expo hall. That's actually really cool. And you can see it because of the glass. But yeah, this is the master suite. Eventually, like, I think that these little seating areas are kind of dumb, right? And in the future, I would be able to take these and replace them with other types of furniture instead. And it doesn't even have to be tables and chairs. I could put like a bookshelf there or something. Like, ships are going to be completely customizable, but they need the object container streaming stuff for that, and server meshing too. Like, they need both of those technologies. So yeah, yeah. This is the little meeting room, because there would be supposedly a lot of business being done on these ships. You know, rich people having meetings on yachts. You know, you see that in movies and stuff. So maybe there's a rich person who charters a ride on one of these, and then like he would be staying in the super suite here, you know. And then his clients who he's trying to do a big business deal with, they would be staying in the other cabins, and then the crew of the 890 jump would be doing crew things. So yeah, this is the guest room's like super fancy kitchen area. Another fish tank, and this fish tank's actually super cool because you can see it from 2 different sides. Right. Okay. Now to finish, I'm going to finish the guest areas first, then I'll show the crew areas. So we'll go back down to the first floor. It's not actually the first floor, there's a floor that's below this one. But yeah. So yeah, I showed the life rafts. They've got these saunas. Oh, it's okay, so we'll start with the hot tub. Hot tub with a freaking reef below it, because why the hell not? It's actually kind of hard to see right now. Got plants and rocks and stuff underneath of there. You'd be able to put a fish in that fish tank, in the reef thing. It's pretty cool. And then you've got this water wall feature thing. Because why not? If you're gonna be this rich anyways. They've got rock everywhere, because why not? Again. So yeah, I'm really glad they put all these little details in. Eventually, you know, we would be putting our own details in like this. So yeah, you got the saunas, right? And the idea is that probably the glass would fog up a little bit when it's on, but they're not using like frosted glass for these, because who cares if someone sees you naked? You're all rich. Who cares? That's like there's also there's no doors on the showers. This is the dressing area. Notice how there's no separation from over here, right? There's no doors or anything. These aren't doors. People would be walking around naked in here all the time. In like real life, in the game, there isn't going to be full nudity, because that would be like limiting who can actually like play it, right? And CIG wants this to be in as many people's hands as possible. That's also why there probably won't be real gambling in the game. If anything, it would be like a slot machine with the odds posted like very publicly somewhere. If anything. Now that doesn't stop people from like being able to have cards in game or something and then like play their own card games, right? So yeah, the reason I keep looking at these is because I think that this is such a neat idea. So this is where people, they would be getting dressed and stuff, right? And again, you have sauna area with the showers. You would have to then walk over here to get dressed. You can also get undressed to go into the pool, because yes, there's a pool. There is currently no swimming in the game, but that is coming. But yeah, there's a pool. Also, there's artificial gravity, and taking out gravity generators is a type of gameplay. So, they're not quite sure what they're going to do with, pools when zero gravity happens. They've showed off some pretty cool, like, tech for, like, zero, like, water and zero G and stuff. But, it would be really intensive on everyone's system, so probably, they would just really quickly suck up all the water, or put a cover over the top of it or something. So yeah. Yeah, so the other two guest suites, you've got the bathrooms for the guests. There's another one there. And then here we go. The Fancy Pants Bar. They got different concept artworks that they put up there. In the future, maybe we'll be able to put our own pictures up there to have on display. But, B1 of stuff, we get what we get. So yeah, you'd have people in here being able to work the bar. You've got the people would be able to come up, order from the bar. They can go take their drinks other places, drinking and eating other places, right? And then you've got the main dining area over here. You got for the servers to be able to, put the plates and forks and stuff, and to be able to properly serve these people. Then you've got the boardroom. This got a whole bunch of orgs really excited when this came out, my org didn't really care because we aren't fancy like that. But yeah, you can totally have your little meetings here. It's right next to the food, so you could also eat in there too for a fancy like banquet. So where does the food come from? Glad you asked. This is another little servers area. This is where you'd be able to like send food orders down to the kitchen, and then this is essentially the dumbwaiter. So go down to the crew kitchen. So yeah, you can see it goes right past the spa area, which I think is kind of weird. I would like it if they blocked that off in the future, because why does the ship's crew always have to see like all these naked rich people walking around? But yeah, fresh food. They're growing food on the ship, like it's crazy. This is the like walk-in freezer thing. Yeah, kitchen. Just what you would expect from, you know, like a cruise ship, because that's essentially what this is. So here's our escape pods for the crew. And then they have on the floor, they have the, you know, they use flooring to denote where people should be and shouldn't be, right? So this is the battle bridge. This is the second area where you can control the ship from. I haven't shown the main bridge yet, but yeah, and they wanted to keep it a very Origin look. So this is where it's basically copied off of the 600 eyes. So this is the cargo bay doors, cargo elevator, ladders to get back upstairs in case the power's out. This is the elevator to get back upstairs if the power's on. So yeah, this is the cargo elevator. There is a different part of the ship that we will look at in a second, which is the hangar. So this here is the gravity generator. A little bit less chaotic than in other things, because this is fancy luxury stuff. But the gravity generator, when the ship's in a damaged state, that looks really crazy. Because yeah. So here's the engines. This is what the internals of the main engines for the ship look like. So pretty insane. So yeah, here's that elevator. You can go all the way back up to where the escape rafts are. We are just going to... Oh wait, do I want crew deck? Yeah, I do. Because we were on engineering. Yeah. So oh, I guess I should show this. I shouldn't have taken the elevator. So yeah, this side is the same with the engine stuff. But yeah, so the elevator goes down, right? Then it stops to create, like, to maintain the airlock. Has that close. It vents the atmosphere, and then it continues going down. I hope other ships adopt that sort of a thing, because that is really freaking cool. And it makes a lot more sense than just having an elevator just vent all the atmosphere when it opens. But yeah. Same situation as the 600i though. The cargo doesn't stay on the cargo ramp, they actually distribute it to areas on the ship. But the cargo has never worked when I have had an opportunity to fly an 890 jump, so we are definitely going to buy cargo and then go look for it when we do that later today. So yeah, these are the weapon racks. This is where security would be able to grab guns to go repel boarders. And you've got 4 of them, which is crazy. So here's what I was talking about with the flooring. So this is the guest area. This is the guest elevator. From here, you can take it to the spa, or you can take it to the bar, right? Now it's a little bit more basic down here than in other parts of the ship because this is for the this is still the crew area, right? So here's the med bay, fancy scanner table thing. You've got a little airlock area for, you know, if someone's got really contagious disease, then you can look at them through here. Do remote stuff on your medical computer, but like not actually be in there with them. So yeah, this is the little waiting area. This is where the guests would go to like wait for their 85X to be available to take them somewhere, because this is where the 85Xs park. It fits 2 of them very easily, one on this square and then one up here on this square. You can fit larger ships in here, obviously, but you know, that's part of the thing. Right. And then up at the very front here, you have access to a turret. So this elevator just goes up there to where that turret is. Now, we are going to send the elevator. So, this opens up. To let the 85Xs out. And also the 85Xs don't have to come down in here if they don't want to, right? They can just stay up here. Because this is a proper landing pad, it's got the artificial gravity and everything. When you're out in space, you can jump and it's like you're on artificial gravity. When ships get close, they get pulled down. All that fun stuff. So you've got the... We'll actually go out here and show you. So there's that boardroom table thing. And I'm not going to be able to make it up there, but the main bridge is up there. So yeah. There's also, like, missile turrets come out of here. They have rocket pod remote turret things. Those come out of there. The main turret comes up front. Up here. So yeah, you land your 85Xs here, and then you have controls over them out here, or someone inside can do it for you. Yeah, here we go, we're going down. And then the doors will close back up. There, the doors close up. And then the atmosphere would return into this room. I think it would be really cool if they did one of those, like, air force field things on there, but, whatever. We'll just send the elevator back up. So you guys can see what it looks like without that stuff there. I think that cargo goes in here, because these look like cargo plates. Yeah, those look like cargo plates, like from the 600. So, yeah, maybe that's what that is. Yeah. You can see there, everything is physicalized, so the thickness of that elevator had to be accounted for. So it makes this a little bit deeper. And like it stick landing pad, right? So, yeah. Anyways, you've also got a turret here. This turret goes down. Turret out the bottom. Got the recreation basketball hoop there. So you can see in here, you've got your airlock, and then you've got, oh, this is not the right way, because this has white floor. White floor is not for civilians. Civilians are supposed to be on wood floor. And this would be a thing where the 85X pilot would be like, oh, you know, go through the door there on the right, and follow along to the elevator, and you'd just be naturally guided by the coloring on the floor. So this is the little recreation room. Got your, you can play some video games. You can shoot some pool. You got your. Pretty sure this is a fridge. This looks like how Origin does their fridges. But yeah. Little seating area. Come down here and read a book, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, you've got your. This is where you can store your EVA suits for the crew, right? This crew would normally be walking around in normal civilian clothes. This is the crew quarters. Crew quarters are a lot less fancy than on the 600i, because on the 600i, the crew are also like, you know, they're like family, right? On here, the crew are employees, so they get a little bit shittier rooms, but they're still pretty nice compared to even some of the other ships, you know. Like, way nicer than an Aegis ship, because that's where, you know, military people stay or whatever. So yeah, we got our little dining area down here for the crew to make their own little bit of food, but then it opens into the main big kitchen. But the main kitchen is for the guests, so that's also part of the thing. So yeah, we're gonna go around. Yep, that's the rec room. Okay. Go back around to the other side. One thing I wanted to point out is, notice how there's no EVA suits over here on the passenger side. If everything's working properly, the guests just go through the airlock. The 85X is sitting there waiting for them. They hop in the 85X. They go down to the planet. And they don't need an EVA suit on the planet. So at no stage were they ever in vacuum. So they don't have to worry about EVA suits, which is pretty neat, because we all have to worry about EVA suits because of bugs and stuff, but not in the future. Alright, so yeah, you can, when you first come into the ship, you can go up to the spa level, and that gets you into the main area a little easier, depending on where your room's at. Or you can go up to the dining area. And see, this one, it opens out into the main area, right? Whereas the other elevator, from the kitchen, it doesn't open up into the main area. It opens up into the little serving pre-room area. So lots of thought goes into little details like that, and I really appreciate that coming from CIG. So yeah, this is components storage, like where components sit. So you can do some maintenance up near the deck. There's also, near the bridge, there's also the maintenance down in the engineering level. Different types of maintenance for different types of things. You've again got one of these nav ball things. And then, again, same design language as the 600. So you've got the two turrets. Those are for those rocket pod turrets I was talking about that are down there. You can almost see them from here. And then you got the pilot. In the future, those gunner seat things, the remote gunner seats, they'll be able to be used for other things. But anyways, let's head down here to leave the ship. So this always freaks me out because the elevator is missing. I forget where the button's supposed to be. There it is. Yeah, that's a really weird bug. Makes it look like the elevator isn't actually there. And it's one that's been reported enough that CIG knows about it, but they haven't fixed it. They didn't fix it in the last patch, they didn't fix it in this patch. But realistically, 890 jump is a pretty low priority thing, because not very many people own them, since it's $890 to own one of these super luxury yachts. You have to be like a super backer of the game to want to spend that type of money. Which, like, I'm a fan of the game and everything. I'm not going to spend $890 on one ship. And actually, the gameplay associated with that ship, I'm a lot less interested in. Running a cruise ship, no thanks. Running a, like, private, like, charter jet type thing with the 600i touring. I'm cool. I'm really interested in that. I'm not interested in the 890 jump gameplay. But that's another thing that's really cool about Star Citizen. There's different things for different people. So, anyways, now that I've talked about all these ships as we walk through, let's actually go fly some of them.